Be me. 2019. Find drain tunnel near friend's house. Try to explore, get in maybe 100 feet before it's pitch black. Go to friend's house. Hey bro, wanna come explore this cool drain with me? Sorry Anon, I'm scared by this kind of thing. You can have my headlamp though. Thanks bro, see ya. Return to tunnel. Sun is setting. Head inside, observing surroundings. The deeper into the tunnel the older the graffiti on the walls. Mostly from the 70s and having to do with weed and sex. MFW boomers got high and fucked where I'm standing. Try to ignore that fact and keep moving. Walk for 10 more minutes. Long fucking tunnel.png. Notice walls have been barren for the past 3 minutes. Keep walking. More graffiti comes into view. It looks pretty creepy. Probably tagged by some edgy kids 30 years ago to scare people. Don't think too much of it. Been walking for 30 minutes now, should probably head back. Walk back. Get to a wall. The wall is blocking what would've been the entrance exit. Made of concrete, looks like it's been there for decades. No possible way I could have made a wrong turn, it's all one tube. Trapped in the tunnel. Have to head back down to find a way out. Sanovovich.jpg. Turn around, start walking. Walk until the occult symbols again. Here's something behind me. Pic related. Here are multiple appendages legs splashing around. Clear, light breathing coming from it. Take picture because I had my phone out trying to get service. It blinks after I take the picture. Lurches forward. Do a 180 and make tracks. Sprint for a good 10 minutes. Muscles dying, lungs burning, throat dry as the Sahara. Eventually see outlet. Sweetfreedom.mov. Escape the tunnel. Collapse into a puddle of stagnant water and tadpoles. Walk to friend's house, cold, wet, and tired. Never go back. 2014. Be me. Exchange student in Germany. Dormitory is lit af compared to what I have at my home country. Stay in said dormitory for the winter break and invite my brother to spend the holidays with me. Dorm is almost empty, most Germans went home for the holidays. We play some co-op games on our laptops. Decide to call it a day and go to sleep. The room has only one bed, so I sleep on an inflatable bed on the floor. We wake up in the midst of night for knocking on the door. It's a dorm so I got used to drunkards and jerks. I just yell them to get lost. Knocking again. Yell at them again, getting really angry that we can't get a decent night of sleep. Strong af knocking. Just as I about to get up they start meddling with the door handle. Handle moves up and down, but off the door is locked. It's locked for a reason D-keyed, I yelled. Bro says that my dorm mates are charming. Door handle now moves pretty damn fast up and down by now. Okay that is it. GIF. I get up and go to the door. Put one hand above the handle with the other one I grab the key. Wait for the handle to be in the up position. Quickly turn the handle, grab the handle and yank the door open. I was ready punch whatever dorm junkie was there, but there was no one there. But the dark corridor. At this point I go full Skyrim guard and say must have run off. Then realize something. The corridor is dark, no light. The place had movement sensing lights all over the place with no switch whatsoever. I wave my hand to the corridor and all lights turn on immediately. Pants were shat. Be me, recently graduated from HS. In friend's basement with 2 other dudes we went to high school with. I brought some 20x salvia, I tried it once, they all want to try it. They all have normal whoa dude trips, I go last. I take huge rip from a bong, lay down on bed. Blackout. When I come to I'm standing in the middle of a green grassy field. Directly in front of me, a giant mushroom tree like in Morrowind. I stare at the mushroom tree for a while, then everything starts to vibrate and I black out again. Come to as a singular point of consciousness floating in a fractal space dimension. All the colors are shades of red and black like hell. Spinning metal lotus flowers fly past me and chop me up, can feel them slicing me. Feel like I've been here for eons and will be here for eons more. Complete loss of ego, completely forgot who I am, that I am a human, that I was tripping, etc. At some point the scene changes to a geometric kaleidoscope land. Ego still completely gone, no idea what's going on. I see tens of thousands of machine elves running single file along the lines of the kaleidoscope. They all say in unison in nasally high-pitched voices with a mocking tone, "This is what you wanted, it." They were having fun at my expense, laughing at me being confused and terrified and tripping my balls off, mocking me for wanting to do drugs and escape reality. Roll off the bed I was laying on, for a second it lets me dip my toe back into reality. Wait, I smoked something, salvia, I'm a person at friend's house. Memories start to slowly return bit by bit, start to remember I was a human being who smoked something, I must be tripping. The machine elves change form to copies of my friends' faces, thousands of copies of my friends' faces moving along the geometric lines, staring at me. Imagery starts to fade out, start returning to reality. My memories return even more, start to remember who I am and what's going on. Can. Start to clearly see the room I'm in through the geometric patterns. So happy to finally be returning to reality after spending what felt like eons in a hell realm. Fucking elated actually. Try to run outside so I can see the familiar world, I'm so fucking happy to be back to reality. My friends have to physically restrain me. Sit down and wait for the lingering effects to wear off. My friends' eyes are all wide because I guess I looked like I was freaking out the entire time, I guess it freaked them out too. Try to explain my trip to them, but they didn't understand. For some reason the salvia had a really mild effect on all three of them, just made them see funny stuff and giggle for 5 minutes. Gave the remaining salvia away and vowed to never touch salvia again. A guy killed himself in my house 15 or so years back, before I bought it, hung himself in the old staircase to the basement. New family moves in. Decide to remodel after a few years. Move basement stairs to the sunroof at the front, replace the old staircase with a closet, main floor, and a bathroom, basement. Renovations had disaster after disaster, electrical malfunctions and even a roof collapse, probably just from some retard saying we don't need this wall, but still. They finish renovations and then leave really suddenly. Now. Be me, few years back. Wow, that house is a steal. Buy it. Move in. Renovate the house to my liking, grandma aesthetic. Months pass. Get a new job where I work overnights, mornings, completely flips my sleep schedule, I sleep 8 a.m. for like a vampire. Day off, playing some Halo on the projector in the living room. On the left side of the projector screen is the door to the front hallway, and on the right side is the hallway to the study. Right side. Hallway goes straight to the study, with the closet, old stairs, on the left and a wall, old doorway, on the right. 1 a.m., room is very dark aside from projector. Shadow enters hallway from the wall, drifts across to the closet door and disappears, closet door creaks open just a hair. Whatever.jpg. Saw this happen quite a few times, almost weekly while I had that schedule. Never actually cared. Sometimes the cat would see it and start running real fast around. Cat likes to play hide and seek, he'll run away and hide until you make eye contact, then meep and run off to do it somewhere else, or he'll give you a minute and then run around until he finds you. Sometimes he does this at night, alone. Scrambles incidentally into a room you're in and hides somewhere. Then he waits frozen, eventually looks up in the air at nothing in particular at about face height, meeps, and scrambles away. Hit comment limit. Cat will paw open closet door if it's not entirely shut and sit alone in there looking at himself in a mirror on a shelf in there. Best mate who rents a room from me and GF notice the cat's behavior and we joke about it. Have friends over a while back, drinking and playing cards, get on topic of Halloween. One friend says she's afraid of ghosts. Start talking about the shadow and the guy who killed himself in what's now that closet bathroom. GF gets horrified look. You saw that too? She thought it was in her imagination and starts freaking out when me and housemate confirm. And now she's afraid to be downstairs at night. Classic. As an aside, I like that no guest ever uses the basement bathroom because they all get bad vibes. One guy said he got a headache when he went in, so it's like my private executive shitting room, even has a shower. Be me. 19 years old. Female friend says she's into me. Call her F, we start talking. Find out she's dating someone else. F rarely mentions her BF, none of our mutual friends even know she's dating. Couple months later. BF breaks up with F, he says he's feeling too sick for a relationship. Bit weird but don't think much of it at the time. I'm there to fill the gap. F and I start dating. She's really weird about it and won't tell any our friends unless I ask her to. F is really secretive about her own life and I start getting paranoid she might be cheating on me. Paranoia leads to anxiety, and in a few weeks I feel physically sick and completely lose my appetite. Her ex's story starts making a lot of sense. Oh shit.png. As soon as I realize some spooky shit is going on, I decide to distance myself from her. Start talking to somebody new. As soon as I try going in for a kiss, feel like throwing up. That was the nail in the coffin. MFW, I realize this. Bitch cursed me. What do you guys think? I know it's a bit of a stretch, but I honestly have no other explanation. Before anyone says I have a stomach virus or some dumb shit, I went to the did all kinds of exams, and everything came back looking fine. The doctors have no fucking clue what's making me sick. Any tips on how to unhex myself? Demons are extremely manipulative. Me refuse to give them blood, they proceed to create events to make me do it anyway. Make a family member tired enough that they attack them. Family member in turn does something to me. I get angry, plus they add extra mind control and emotion manipulation to me. Make me get in fights with said family member. Leaves a mark on my subconsciousness which they then program further. Because of stress they send manipulation signals to overeat, essentially poisoning me. Send me to sleep, bad dreams come because of the food. Send fear energy throughout house constantly, give bad smells, freak out the cat even. Constant clicking on objects in the room, physical discomfort, touches over body. Made receive nightmares. Wake up in middle of nights. They keep saying la parasites are here when it is in fact I'm doing this, although they don't like to refer to themselves as such. Say to go, do a cleansing ritual, but give blood. Refuse to give blood. They pauses and mind control so that I infuse with dark energies during ritual. Even easier to pauses then. Can't even fight because they block thoughts, memories and an preconception. End up giving blood. Give blood to sate their addiction and they calm down for half a day. They want blood twice a day. TLDR, stay the fuck away from demons. Succubi pussy isn't worth the messes that they create. And BTW. Chances are that you're an incel anyway, because these alien spirits parasites latched onto you and prevented you from getting with a human in the first place. But that's a story for another day. Hi op. Age 20. Gender male. Kind of scared at first, strangely relaxed towards the end. Lucid yes. Vision yes. Sleep paralysis yes. Ego I think. Type C most likely, maybe even shorter time though. Dream itself, be me. Visiting some friends I made on the internet, some 4chan weebs like myself. Stay on this friend's house. Tired of hours and hours of bus traveling and a long day hanging out with my friends. I try to get some sleep. Alone in the dark with a big wall-sized window with view to the whole city because it's a balcony. When I finally can get sleep I start moving my hands up and down. My hands are grazing each other and I'm doing an up or down motion from the air to my chest. I can't control it, I'm paralyzed. I feel really anxious. Suddenly I start feeling like I'm being elevated to the skies. It's like I'm in a white sky inside a cloud. I think I can feel the air. Start hearing a female voice of a girl woman singing angelic music in my left ear while I ascend through the heavens. I wake up out of the sleep paralysis hallucination. I'm not a really spiritual person myself, but this is the most supernatural experience I have ever had in my life. I'm not kidding, this legit happened. I have never done recreational drugs in my entire life, not even pot. I don't even drink. This happened in January I think. Welp, I had the weirdest fucking dream last night that was followed by an episode of diarrhea. Be me. I have superpowers. Some secretive intergalactic agency employs me to fight anomalous monsters spawned from the dark recesses of the galaxy. Their academy's agents roughly reminded me of firefighters with their getups. Their dojo was located in some garage room, just right off the side of some biggest cafeteria. IPWN, some baddies in some dark Superman-esque getup with a black hoodie cause it was cold. They eventually end up turning on me, claiming I have turned violent and rogue. The evidence they claim as justification are some markings and damage I left one night in their training room while trying to edgy. Most of those weren't even mine. Say something about hitting a minigurt in Minecraft. Glowies with Q-level clearance also involved. One was a chick who would trip over shit. Infiltrate the Glownigers to see if they know anything I don't. Glownigger chick gives Me a customer service number to call for the intergalactic firefighter dojo police. I call them and explain the situation. She's super nice and explains the truth of the situation. Says the big baddies were actually being spawned by dojo police somehow by manifesting the instability of the galaxy. Even shows me a rendered picture of the Milky Way galaxy. The Milky Way galaxy from before I started fighting then shifts and sharpens in form as I continued to vanquish the baddies. The arms of the Milky Way galaxy shorten and become more distinct in its spirally shaped. Im Yuthafican pissed. Dream ends with me attempting to steal my super suit back, and I'm talking to my mom in some guard tower, waiting for some old faggy neighbor to fuck off so I can fly away undetected. One hell of a dream. I then proceeded to wake up and blow up the restroom. Be me. In college. Make friends with a hot tie. She's kinda weird, but she gets me to not be a loser loner. We start studying together outside of class. One day she just looks at me, puts down her pen, and says I was abducted by aliens. Just stare at her. What do? Okay. What do you mean? Tells me whole story. Long story short, she was experimented on because she's autistic or some shit. Intrigued, so I start asking her more questions. Piecing info together, figuring stuff out. One day I ask her more about her experience while studying alone. Video I am listening to on YouTube suddenly starts sounding weird. I look at video. It's playing fine, but audio is garbled and slowed down. Internet is fine, nothing else seems wrong. Suddenly from audio I see you. Everything goes back to normal. Never talked about the aliens again. Never experienced anything like that again.